the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Philippine Navy rescues stranded fishermen of Governor Generoso. COMELEC ready to cancel the use of internet voting in the upcoming midterm polls if Supreme Court grants petition against it. 66% of Filipinos expect vote buying to be prevalent in elections. Dato Udin Sinsuat in Maguindanao del Norte likely to be placed under Commission on Election Control. Good day everyone, as well as our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Today is Friday, April 4, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. In behalf of Rof Suzon, this is Joy Simbahon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And Naval Forces Eastern Mindanao's NTF-71's BRP Hermeneldo Yorong spotted a drifting fishing boat, FB Lydia 001, approximately 2.7 nautical miles off Cagunuhan Point, Governor Generoso. The said fishing boat had been adrift for 3 days due to engine trouble when it signaled for help from the crews of the PG-906. Personnel and crews of BRP Yorong immediately assisted by giving the crew food, water, rice, and a gallon of drinking water. Meanwhile, the operation concluded at around 11 a.m. after the PG-906 notified PCG substation Tibanban that FB Lydia 001 was being towed by FB Jace Aiden towards Jamboree, Governor Generoso.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the 53rd Infantry Matapat Battalion and 106th Infantry Tigpanalipod Battalion strengthened its ties and collaboration with Provincial Legal Office in a high-level discussion at the provincial capital of Pagadian City. The discussion aimed to focus on enhancing collaboration in providing legal support to former insurgents and bolstering legal frameworks in the region. During the discussion, the Provincial Legal Office recognized the critical role of legal intervention in the successful reintegration of the former rebels and conveyed commitment to facilitating legal documentation, amnesty processing, and judicial support for FRs transitioning into civilian life. Meanwhile, the meeting also explored key areas of cooperation, including the expedited processing of amnesty applications to help FRs gain legal status, the conduct of legal awareness and human rights seminars to educate military personnel and communities on legal rights and conflict resolution, and the provision of legal protection for indigenous peoples to previously CTGs affected areas.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, let us hear the details about government provides livelihood and services to 150 former rebels in Bukidnon. Go on for the details, Leonor.
The government provided livelihood opportunities, skills training, and essential services to 150 former rebels in a 4-day former rebel summit at Ecoport, Barangay Halapitan, San Fernando, Bukidnon. The summit, led by the Task Force Balik Loob, brought together various government agencies to assist in the reintegration of former rebels into mainstream society. Task Force Balik Loob Chairperson and Undersecretary for Defense Affairs, Angelito M. De Leon, reaffirmed the government's dedication to helping former rebels transition into productive and peaceful lives. Meanwhile, the Former Rebel Summit 2025 reaffirmed the government's commitment to fostering long-term peace and sustainable development in Bukidnon and beyond. This is Leonor Tanap reporting for FP Community News, 1FP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Leonor.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the 64th Infantry Knights Battalion spearheaded the Peace Covenant signing held at Municipality Hall, Barangay Picsan, Calanugas, Lanao del Sur. The activity, in partnership with the Commission on Election, Philippine National Police, and the local government of Calanugas, highlighted the symbolic Peace Covenant signing of the electoral candidates. The initiative signifies the candidates' commitment to uphold a secure, accurate, free, fair, and honest electoral process, which underscores their collective responsibility to ensure peaceful and orderly 2025 national and local elections. Meanwhile, 64th IB Commanding Officer Lieutenant Colonel Abel O. Patutan, Philippine Army, reaffirmed the troops' commitment in ensuring a peaceful, safe, and orderly NLE on May 12, 2025.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the 60th Infantry Battalion conducted a simultaneous tree-growing activity in the provinces of Davao del Norte, Davao de Oro, and Agusan del Sur. Along with the CAFGO personnel of the unit, line companies, barangay officials and functionaries, and local communities and partners, a total of 10,653 seedlings were planted in just one day, more than half of the 17,800 total number of seedlings planted by this unit last year. The said initiative was in line with the 60th IB's strategic objective to restore and protect critical forest areas within the areas of operations and neighboring municipalities. Meanwhile, the activity was a success through the active participation of 1,644 CAFGO personnel from the 54 patrol bases of the unit.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Angel about innovator troopers join coastal cleanup drive in Lawaan, Eastern Samar. Angel?
Jai, the 63rd Infantry Innovator Battalion of the Philippine Army, participated in a coastal cleanup drive in Lawaan, Eastern Samar. The said activity was also joined by the local government unit of Lawaan, the Philippine National Police, the Bureau of Fire Protection, and the residents of Barangay 02. The cleanup drive underscored the significance of unity in protecting the natural resources and the environment. Meanwhile, the 63rd IB's participation in the activity highlighted the commitment of the unit not only in its mandate to protect the people against any threat, but also in ensuring the preservation of environment in its area of operations. This is Angel Cruz Camomot reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Angel.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the 202nd Community Defense Center of the 2nd Regional Community Defense Group strengthened its collaboration with the Community Environment and Natural Resources Office in Nagilian, Isabela. The initiative aimed to reinforce the ongoing partnership between the 202nd CDC and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources under Adopt a Mountain program. Meanwhile, both agencies seek to protect and rehabilitate mountain ecosystems while promoting responsible management of natural resources and ecosystems to ensure long-term health and sustainability among local communities.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for our national news,
DWDD National News.
the Commission on Election is ready to cancel the inaugural use of internet voting in upcoming midterm elections if the Supreme Court grants the petition against its implementation. The petition seeking to stop overseas online voting was filed by the PDP Laban. COMELEC Chairman George Erwin Garcia said a contingency plan was ready in case the court issued a temporary restraining order against electronic voting. Garcia added that overseas voting can be done via postal or in person.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear a reporter on the ground about Marine Battalion Landing Team 8 joins the Peace Covenant and Unity Walk in Badoc, Ilocos Norte. Go on for the details, Meljoy.
Yes, Jai, the Marine Battalion Landing Team 8 took part in the Peace Covenant and Unity Walk of its host municipality at the Sports and Cultural Center Complex in Badoc, Ilocos Norte. This significant event united local election candidates, their supporters, security forces, and the people of Badoc in reaffirming their commitment to a peaceful, honest, and credible electoral process. With unity at the forefront, the gathering highlighted the importance of respect, integrity, and accountability in the upcoming elections. Candidates pledged to uphold fairness, while law enforcement agencies, including Marine Battalion Landing Team 8, reaffirmed their commitment to ensuring a safe and secure environment for all. This is Meljoy Nesho Arroco reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy.
DWDD National News.
And the majority of Filipino voters expect that vote buying will be prevalent in the 2025 midterm elections. This is based on a survey conducted by Octa Research Group. The poll found that 66% of the respondents think that vote buying will be prevalent, while only 34% think it will not be prevalent. Asked about the impact of vote buying, 68% of the respondents said they expect it to negatively affect the outcome of the elections. The Octa poll had 1,200 respondents and a margin of error of plus or minus 3%.
DWDD National News.
And the town of Datuudin Sidsuat in Maguindanao del Norte is likely to be placed under the control of the Commission on Elections. This is due to poll-related violent incidents that occurred in the past few weeks. COMELEC Chairman George Erwin Garcia, however, clarified that only the town is being eyed as an election area of concern and not the entire Maguindanao del Norte. He said the poll body is finalizing a resolution pertaining to rising election-related violent incidents in Datuudin Sidsuat.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates about 90th Infantry Battalion sends off MCSSP team in Ampatuan, Maguindanao del Sur. Go ahead for the details, Gio.
Yes, Jai, the 19th Infantry Bigkislahay Battalion together with the 61st CMO Company and Ampatuan MPS conducted the send-off ceremony for its Mobile Community Sustainment Support Program in Barangay Salman and Barangay Sanyag, held in the municipal compound of the town of Ampatuan, Maguindanao del Sur. The said symbolic send-off ceremony underscored the united support of the local government of the municipality of Ampatuan to the Army and Police that will conduct Mobile Community Sustainment Support Program. The Mobile Community Sustainment Support Program aims to strengthen the relationship between the government, the citizens, and the local sector in the barangay to raise the awareness and understanding of the citizens to avoid the recruitment of the violent extremists and local terrorist groups that sow unrest in the barangay. Meanwhile, 19th Infantry Battalion Commanding Officer Lieutenant Colonel Loki O. Marco, Infantry GSC Philippine Army, extended his gratitude to the local government of Ampatuan, Maguindanao del Sur, and to the leaders of the said barangays for the warm welcome and their support to the military's Mobile Community Sustainment Support Program. This is Gio reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gio.
DWDD National News.
Finance Secretary Ralph Recto said the reallocation of 60 billion pesos in the idle PhilHealth subsidies strengthened the health service provided by the government to the Filipinos. Recto told Justice of the Supreme Court during the resumption of oral arguments on the case that the fund was used to pay frontliners, build hospitals, and give the poor access to medicine. He added that every centavo remitted was converted into service. The finance chief explained that 27.45 billion was used to pay allowances of COVID-19 frontliners, 10 billion for social health programs offering medical assistance to the poor, and 3.37 billion for the construction of 3 Department of Health facilities, among other projects.
DWDD National
And
News.
17 Filipinos detained in Qatar over an unauthorized rally have been released. The Department of Migrant Workers said that a group of 12 Filipino men and 5 women was granted probational release pending investigation. Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Kakdag explained that they can go to their respective homes in Doha, Qatar, and are able to spend time with themselves and their loved ones. Kakdag added that no charges have been filed by Qatari authorities against the 17 Filipinos.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And let us hear more updates from Joanne about Philippines and United States Forces boost readiness in Salaknib 2025. Joanne?
participated in a rigorous sling load operations exercise as part of Salaknib 2025, a joint military training initiative between the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the United States military. The 18th Transportation Detachment reservists and regular troop sharpens their expertise in airlift and logistics with crucial support from the Philippine Air Force and U.S. Air Force. The exercise aimed to bolster operational readiness and interoperability between the two allied forces. Sling road operations involve the external transport of cargo, equipment, or supplies via helicopter using sling road or cargo nets, a crucial technique for rapid deployment in challenging terrains or emergency situations. The procedure plays a vital role in military combat, disaster response, and humanitarian missions by ensuring swift mobility and resupply. Safety and efficiency remain paramount with proper rigging, weight distribution, and seamless coordination between ground crews and pilots. The Salaknib 2025 training exercise served as a platform for over 5,000 troops from both nations to enhance joint military capabilities, strengthen the defense cooperations, and reinforce trust built on decades of partnership. It underscores the continuing commitment of the Philippines and the U.S. to regional security and preparedness. The participation of reservists in the exercise reflects the Philippines' dedication to national defense and disaster response efforts, ensuring that military personnel are well equipped to handle complex operations in time of crisis. This is John Sagaok reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne.
DWDD National News.
And Malacanang said the Philippines has no plans to go to war in the event of a Taiwan invasion. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin issued a statement after Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief General Romeo Browner Jr. urged Philippine troops to prepare for China's possible invasion of Taiwan amid tension over the Chinese military's conduct of large-scale exercises in the East China Sea. Bersamin said that these preparations have long been discussed as a contingency measure in case of an invasion. He emphasized that this is just part of the preparedness that the country should be put into. The palace official then assured the public that there was no cause for concern.
DWDD National News.
And the Philippine National Police assured the public that it remains committed to protecting both locals and foreign nationals in the country. The statement came after a security advisory issued by the Chinese embassy regarding alleged threats against its citizens in the Philippines. PNP Public Information Office Chief Colonel Randolph Tuanyo said the police force respects the right of foreign governments to issue advisories but maintain the law enforcement efforts apply to all individuals regardless of nationality. Tuanyo also dismissed claims that Chinese nationals are being singled out.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And we have a report coming in from Spencer about 1102nd Infantry Brigade ensures troops readiness for May 12 national and local elections in Sulu. Spencer?
Yes, Jai, 1102nd Infantry Brigade Commander Brigadier General Alaric Avelino de los Santos, Philippine Army, visited the troops stationed in the island municipality of Baguingui, Sulu to ensure readiness in the upcoming May 12 national and local elections. Along with Brigadier General de los Santos were key officers of the brigade, its line units, and Baguingui Commission on Elections officer aboard a Philippine Navy vessel. During the said visit to Charlie Company, 101st Infantry Battalion, and the 11th Division Reconnaissance Company, Brigadier General de los Santos, Philippine Army, assess the troops' operational readiness, moral and logical preparedness to ensure they are fully equipped to carry on their mission to maintaining peace and security during election period. Meanwhile, Brigadier General de los Santos reminded the troops of their non-partisan role in the election and the troops' duty to remain neutral while ensuring the safety of the voters. This is Spencer, reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Spencer.
DWDD National News.
And Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin said it is time to make the sources of fake news accountable. Bersamin lamented the spread of fake news on the digital highway and expressed the need for the government to take action. He added that the entire world is suffering from the brunt of the deceit that is derived from fake news, and those behind it must be really prosecuted. The National Bureau of Investigation and International Criminal Police Organization earlier agreed to work together to track down Filipinos abroad who have been spreading false information online.
DWDD National
And the
News.
Philippine Embassy in the United States said most of the Filipinos under the custody of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement are set for deportation. Consul General Donna Rodriguez said the undocumented Filipino migrants in the U.S. range between 150,000 and 370,000. She said fewer than 20 undocumented Filipino migrants in the U.S. are currently detained amid the implementation of the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal migrants. Rodriguez, however, said not all of them were detained as a result of the Trump administration's crackdown, and some faced charges during the Biden administration.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear more from Gina about 7th Infantry Division and 91st Infantry Battalion join inauguration of waiting shed in Aurora. Gina?
Kaugnay Division and the 91st Infantry Sinagtala Battalion joined the local government officials and civic organizations in the inauguration of a newly constructed waiting shed in Barangay Bacong, Hiwalayan, San Luis, Aurora. 7th ID Commander Major General Joseph Norwin D. Pasamonte, Philippine Army, and 91st Infantry Battalion Commanding Officer Lieutenant Colonel Aris A. Quinto, Philippine Army, led the ceremony that highlighted the military's commitment to fostering development in local communities and strengthening partnerships with various sectors. According to Major General Pasamonte, the waiting shed is a testament to the shared commitment and goal of making the lives of the residents more convenient and safer. Meanwhile, the new initiative is expected to benefit the residents, commuters, and travelers in the said barangay to provide them with a safe and comfortable resting area. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
And for our final news, Russian vlogger Vitaly Zorovetsky, who has been arrested for harassing Filipinos in Bonifacio Global City, Taguig City, will face a deportation case if substantial evidence proves indesirability. BI spokesperson Dana Sandova said that if the Russian vlogger is deported, he will cover the expenses and be barred from re-entering the country. However, if he faces a case in the Philippines, he must go through legal proceedings and serve his sentence if convicted. The BI can only proceed with deportation after completing his sentence, including any imprisonment.
DWDD National News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in next week for more updates, same time, same station. Again, this is Jai Simbaon for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.